I'm Mike.
I'm Bob.
You're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. Longtime Suncoast resident Maria Sharapova is back in action on the WTA Tour. We have been fortunate to have been the first American journalist to interview Maria, and also the tournament to grant Maria her first wild card into the pro events when Paul Letterman and I were running the Sarasota Open at Lakewood Ranch.
I talked to you earlier in the week.
Yeah.
How nervous were you for this tournament, and how well did you think you'd do when I talked to you on Monday?
I really thought, I was really mentally tough. I was playing very well, and I knew that if I come out here and I'm gonna play, I was gonna do my best, and from that I won. That's how my mentality goes. I just played my best, and I concentrated, and I was mentally very tough.
Maria, how did you get ready for this tournament last night?
Last night, I looked at some tapes of her, and I saw what she did. We went through with my dad and Nick, and today I warmed up some, and I wasn't getting myself nervous. I was relaxed. I didn't have anything to let myself down. I just went out there and played. Nothing was in my mind. It just had like cards in my pocket, as my dad would say, and everyone.
Cards in your pocket.
Yes, like if something's not working, I take the other card and use it. So.
How much of the match was in the first set for you?
First of all, it was very like 1-1, 2-2, very similar, and then I was down 2 games, so it was back and forth, and then I kept it up. I guess some balls, she just got lucky, like on 40 love match point, and like a little job shot that went over the net, but I kept it up for the whole match, and that's how my first set went, and that's how my second set went.
Serving at 5-3, how hard was that for you to close it out? You got down love 30, you got it back to 30 all, but she prevailed that game. Was that a tough game for you to be up there serving at 5-3?
Yeah, it was, but I knew I was playing against the wind. I knew I was 2 points away. That didn't keep me down. As I said, I took one card in my pocket, and I kept fighting. Those 2 points from 30 all were very tough. But she won them, and then I didn't think about that game. I let it go. I went to the next game, and I won,
A very joyous moment for you and your dad at match points, and you shared it with everybody here at the tournament. How big of an impact has your dad had on your tennis so far?
My dad is somebody who, he's my heart. He's the person that he makes me who I am, and I love that. My dad means so much to me. He has helped me so much in life, in hard times and in the game. And, there are other people that helped me, including Nick, and, they have supported me, but my dad, he's somebody who I really trust, and he's there to support me, and, all my trophies that I just got, they're from my parents. They have been there all the time with me, My mom hasn't gone to tournaments around the world, but my dad has, and he has, been to all the matches that I played, but this is unbelievable, and this just goes for him,
Talking about heart, this gal has a lot of heart, and I'm going to do something to you today now that you may not let me do when you're 18. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Super match.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Isner, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.